So hello. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also support my small business at latricelemited.com. So today we are just going to be talking about quitting quietly, okay? This whole quiet quitting thing that, has occurred or whatever from TikTok, whatever, okay? So when I first heard about it, I was just scrolling through the Facebooks or whatever, like I like to do, and I seen this term. And they were like, it's quiet quitting, why I'm doing it. And I'm like, what does this even mean? Quiet quitting, that sounds like a dumb term, which I still think it is. It's a dumb term. But people are talking about it and I'm like, okay, so what does this mean? So essentially quiet quitting is someone not going above and beyond. They're doing what they get paid to do at their job and then they clock out and that's it. So I'm like, why is this controversial? Why does this need a label? I mean, it's called work, you guys. I don't know if you guys understand what that is, but it's called work, working what you agreed to work. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I'm not really understanding why this is so controversial. But apparently you have a lot of people, and I've seen it. Okay. You got a lot of people who go above and beyond, and I've even done it before. They go above and beyond what their job description may say. Okay, so that is a huge thing that people are doing. And so quiet quitting is essentially, I'm just going to do what I get paid to do and keep it moving, and that's it. Okay, I'm not doing anymore. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So I have some opinions about all of this. Okay, so it's just doing your job. All right. So I did when I was working before, I'm actually the kind of person I like to train people. I like to train individuals because I feel like this. If I got to work with you, and this is my reasoning 100%, if I got to work with you, you need to be on top of your stuff. All right. That's just what it is. All right. I don't want to be working with somebody who's like, I don't know how to do it. Or, I didn't get trained for. Nope. Because if I train you, I'm gonna make sure you know how to do what you're supposed to be doing. As simple as that. All right. And nothing wrong with asking questions, but it's one thing when you're just ignorant of a couple things, but it's one thing if you just simply don't know how to do anything, and you ain't gonna be acting like that around me when I'm working. So that's why I like to train, because I want you to know what you're supposed to be doing. Now, whether or not you do it, that's on you, boo, but that I know that I did my part. Okay. So that's why I like training people. Okay. I want you to be as knowledgeable as I am. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. As simple as that. So that is something I don't mind volunteering for, or let me rephrase that I did not mind training for, volunteering for, because for me right now, I'm just at a point where I guess I'm in the quiet quitting, which I don't like that term. I do my job and that's it. Okay. If I'm supposed to be doing this, I do that. You want to add on more responsibilities. That sounds like I need to be getting paid more. That's how it is. And this goes for everybody. Oh, you want to train somebody? Well, you need to start paying them. Before, I was not getting paid extra. You want to have these people train other people. You're a manager and you don't want to do your job, because managers are supposed to make sure everything goes smoothly. They're supposed to help train other people. That's what it says in their job description. It doesn't say that in mine. Okay. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So you don't want to train other people. You want to put your responsibilities onto somebody else, yet you collect a check for it and they don't. I have a problem with that. So, hey, if you want to volunteer, that's on you. But you're going to be the one being used and abused by your superiors. I'm not down for that. You got people who they volunteer, and I've seen it. Chad, I've seen it. You got people who volunteer to engagement or, new activities or this and that on top of their work, on top of training other people, on top of whatever else there is. Oh, quality, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, are y'all getting paid for this? No, it's volunteer. Oh, so y'all doing free work for a company that's worth billions or trillions of dollars? Okay. Crazy. I don't do it. And I see when people do it. Oh, you want to volunteer? Do I get paid more for this? No, then no. The answer will always be no if I'm not getting paid more for it. because that's not paying my bills. That's more work. And in a previous video, I already said, let's say you work 8 hours a day. You're not working minus the 15-minute breaks and your 30-minute lunch, depending on what job you got, because some people actually got more than that. But take out all that. You're not working from start to finish every single time. There will always be some level of downtime. I remember I worked on campus. There was some level of, when I say some level, if I had to, and I was only doing like 4 or 5 hour shifts, even in a 5-hour shift, I was only really doing about 3 hours worth of work. And the other 2 was spent me going like this with my nails. Okay. Yeah. All right. I wonder what I'm going to eat today. And it's me doing that. And I know everybody has that at some point, whatever kind of job you're in. I've done customer service. I've done office jobs. I've done warehouse jobs. And I would say I only worked 70% of the time, and you see some other people who only work about 40. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't really work all of that time. Okay, so you're telling me in your free time, because that's free time. Okay, in your free time, you're like, well, I'll go and do some work for the company. You ain't got to. They're not paying you any more for it. Yeah, it's your time, but everyone else has free time. I see people, when I was working office, walking around talking to people, leaving their station, talking to people. Hey y'all, yeah, what you gonna get over there? Oh man, I love this restaurant. That ain't work, y'all. Okay, so use your time, and this is what I'm getting to. Use your time for what you need to use it for. Okay, if you're prepping for YouTube videos, do that. If you're making let's say you want to lose some weight and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do some meal prep, use it for that. If you got some other things you got to do, let's say you got small business, work on your website, work on your business plan, do that. You got something else, do some research on maybe whatever else. Like for me, I sell candles. Hey, let me go see some new candle places. Go do that. You want to go and, start photography. Go look at more equipment over here. You want to learn a language. Go and use some flashcards and do something else, which is what I do. Okay. I have a goal of learning a couple languages. And right now I am focusing on French. And I just bought some Spanish flashcards as well. I know more Spanish than I do French, but I am I must actually start working on my Spanish today, really. But it's French, Spanish, German, Russian. Those are all the ones that I really want to learn. Okay. And yeah, I will do it on the clock. You have other people who are doing it on the clock. You have other people who are doing other things. They're looking at, they're studying for their classes. If they're in college, doing online programs or whatever, there are people who are doing more things. Okay. And if you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, heck, if they want you in the office, do something else. And if you are in a warehouse and you're able to do some flashcards and you want to learn another language, do that. It seems like this quiet quitting has a lot more to do for people who are stand in front of a computer, which I get, but if you're able to do something else, do it, because this whole volunteering, doing more work for the company and they ain't paying you more for it, I'm not down for that, because I got bills, free pizza, free sandwiches, free food, period, free t-shirts, free pins. Oh, you get a gold star. That's for the birds. Okay. I don't have time for that. I need money. Okay. Oh, but I gave you free pizza and that's equivalent to, okay, I would rather have my $5 right now, because I know what I could do with my $5. I got food at home, y'all. I don't need food here. I got food at home. I got plenty of t-shirts at home. I got plenty of pins, buttons, all this stuff. I got all that stuff at home. Oh, we get free juice. I got juice at home, y'all. And I don't even drink juice like that. Okay. I got all this stuff at home. I don't need it from y'all. What I do need is the equivalent of dollars. Okay. So if y'all gonna give me a t-shirt, okay, if that t-shirt cost $5, give me $5 and don't tax it. Okay. Don't be taxing that. Give me $5 right now. Put it into my next check. Boom. We're good. Okay. Your pen, I don't care if that pen costs 50 cents. Don't tax it. Put it in my next check. That would show people that you appreciate them. Okay. Because at the end of the day, as we see gas prices gone up, We have rents that one bedroom, you looking at 15, 17, $1,900 for one bedroom, y'all. One. And 9 times out of 10, they ain't all looking good. Okay. So people can't afford it. And what kind of person is making $5,000, $6,000 every single month? I can tell you right there, most people ain't doing that. Okay. So a one bedroom costing me almost $2,000. No. Plus you got your other bills and your other expenses. And if you're living in the US, 9 times out of 10, you ain't taking public transportation. You got to use your car because a lot of these cities are built around roads and not around people who actually need to commute. They're not built for you to just get on a train unless you're living in like, New York or something like that, where they have great public transportation. A lot of these other places don't. And that's just the reality of it. You got Uber, people who want to take Uber and Lyfts. Goodness. I went and took, because I had to get to the airport the other day, really. I went and paid for a Lyft, no, Uber. This thing cost me $52. The actual ride was only $34. And I'm like, well, where did this almost $20 come from? You got all these fees coming up, and I get tolls. You got an Uber booking fee, $10. So you got transportation, which is just through the roof, y'all. This stuff is through the roof, So it's like there's all these other little things that are going along with this, So yeah, hey, if your job ain't gonna pay for all of this extra stuff, they ain't gonna give no extra commuting money or anything like that, quit, y'all. I mean, why work extra? Why do more for a company that ain't doing anything for y'all? That's how I look at it, Oh, but the company, I slaved away for 5 years and I only got a 50-cent raise. And this is why a lot of people also job hunt. Okay. This is why they also job hunt and hop. The deuces. No loyalty to you. Bye. No loyalty to you. Bye. I'm going to do what I need to do because at the end of the day, y'all are not taking care of me. I was watching this video. This lady was saying that she started out at like 1163. And after 3 years, she only went to like 1210. And it's like, she's like, yeah, I volunteered. I did this. I did. Well, that's your problem. If they're not paying you extra to do any of these extra things that are not a part of your job, don't do them. Yeah, but I really like my job. Okay. So don't complain then. If you want to do it, cool, but don't complain. Oh, but they took advantage of me. Well, did you volunteer for the job? Well, yeah. Then you can't really say much about it. You purposely volunteered for that job. And I'm not for these people that say, well, if you don't like the job, then you don't need to be working. People need to pay their bills unless you're going to pay it for them. Okay. So that is already out the situation. It's already out the argument. It's already out of the conversation. Okay. But that's how I feel about this whole quiet quitting thing, which is just you doing your job and you not being used and abused by your employer. That's literally all this is. Nothing more, nothing less. You do your job, clock in, clock out, boom. If you got something else to do during your little time in there, because I'm telling you, you working 10 hours, you ain't actually working the full 10 hours. You're only probably working about 5.5 at 6 most. So you got 4 hours of nothing. Use that time for whatever it is you need to use it for. Whether it's just bettering yourself, whether you got to plan a vacation or whatever the case may be, knock yourself out, do it. Those are my thoughts and opinions, and until then.